Chuck Hagel has canceled a press conference with Germany's Ministry of Defense. He's now headed to the White House for a meeting this hour with the president. Secretary Kerry and General Dempsey will also be in that meeting. I want to bring in Ed Henry, already on the North Lawn of the White House there. And Ed, good morning to you. You've been listening. A significant meeting yesterday afternoon, as I mentioned earlier. What is the president going to do, Ed?
Well, that's still the big question. You say, it was a big meeting yesterday with congressional leaders, Democrats, Republicans, maybe the president getting closer to a decision. But the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, came out of that meeting and told reporters he really learned very little new information from the president, had no better sense as to whether he was moving towards airstrikes or moving towards another option that's been talked about behind the scenes, about 100 U.S. Special Forces to go on the ground, maybe help with training, security, perhaps gather intelligence for future airstrikes. We've heard about these surveillance planes now flying over Iraq. That's significant because, again, that could also be used to collect intelligence for possible, I stress possible, airstrikes down the road. But look, last Friday, the president, you'll remember, before heading out west, had a little mini news conference here on the South Lawn and said a decision would be coming in days. Tomorrow, obviously, will be 1 week since he made that statement. So the pressure is on to come up with some sort of a plan. And I think it's significant what you mentioned now. Chuck Hagel, the Defense Secretary, General Martin Dempsey, the chair of the Joint Chiefs, coming over here to meet with the president in the next few moments and the Secretary of State. It doesn't mean that they're ready to move, but it certainly means they're moving closer to a decision.
I need a quick answer on this, too. John Boehner said he was looking for a coherent strategy. Did that meeting produce one? Do we know that?
To the Republican leaders, it certainly did not. They came out and said they've learned very little from the president. They're expecting that strategy. They did not get that at yesterday's meeting.
Thank you, Ed. Ed Henry will watch for Secretary Hagel at the White House again coming up this hour. Thank you, Ed, with the breaking news there.